Hello again. Well, as you can see, I am in the garden and I'm picking some flowers, like this beautiful rose, which has a wonderful scent. And it's just such a beautiful time of year to be picking flowers, because there's a lot in flower at the moment. And I just want to put them on my desk and bring in that all those lovely colors and scents of my garden onto my desk, because I have a lot of work I have to do. I have to make a lot of miniatures, and it just, brings some cheer inside. Like this beautiful rose, which I actually rescued from another part of my garden, which was very overgrown and getting very shaded, and it wasn't doing anything. So I transplanted it into that black cement tub, I think it's called. Here's some goldenrod, and well, just do some flower arranging. And it's also sometimes a bit of inspiration for miniature work, which I don't have time for at the moment, but it is something I do like to do. Take inspiration from my real life. The desk I was talking about, I do want to change it. It's an old desk. I've had it for, I don't know, long time. I think it's from the 50s. I'm not from the 50s, but I think the desk might be from the 50s or the 60s, something like that. And I want to change some things about it. Maybe paint it, or I want to put a different top on it as well and change some things. But I think it just it's very good to have a nice work environment, and it's getting better all the time. And putting in some flowers is one of the ways you can achieve that, or at least that's how I do it. When they're in flower, of course, sometimes you can get really nice flowers at the flower shop or the supermarket. As we are in Holland, we do have lots and lots of flowers here, so for quite a good price too. They're not too expensive here. So that's, what is that called? I think Japanese anemone. I'll have to look it up again. Sometimes the names in English are different than in Dutch. Because in Dutch that's called, I think it's a herfstanemone, which would be autumn anemone. But there. That looks so pretty. Really like that. So today I need to make a curve in this wood. At least I'm going to attempt to. It's not going to be a very tight curve, just a little bit, but it has to stay like that. And I tried doing this. I've done it before years ago, but I tried it, and I used boiling water, and I think I left it in the oven a little bit, and it was way too long, and it just broke. And there's another bit here that broke. So you can see the discoloration of it. It just burned to a crisp. Well, anyway, but I thought I'd give it a go with something else. And I have this, one of these jewelry making bending jigs. And I thought I'd give it a go with that. And I also have one of these, steaming things for your clothes. Actually, I don't use it a whole lot. I'm actually wearing a linen dress today. It's quite hot today. I didn't use it. I should have used it and I didn't. Anyway, so it has water in here and it heats up. And then once it's hot, you can just press the button. Well, you know these things probably. It's a bit dusty. And it releases steam. It should release steam. Oh, it's making a lot of noise. There we go. You see that? Well, anyway, ow! It's hot. So, there. Turn it off for a second. So I thought I'd try that instead of a kettle. And I've already put the curve in that I need. So as you can see, it's not very tight. It's this one back here. It should go. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Of course it matters. So it should go like that. I don't think that matters. That curve will be the same, but I should have it like that. And then I thought I would put the steam on and then push these pins back gradually until it reaches that curve. So I've got some things to help me with that. Otherwise I'll burn my fingers. So let's try. I'll just go over here. See what happens. Well, I think it works a little bit. And I know you can tie it around a shape as well. But I tried that and it broke immediately. Even though I didn't do it that tightly. See, there we go. It does work. I just hope it's not going to break. Move one up. Ouch. It is a little bit hot. So it does work. I just have to keep moving the pins. And then there's some more pins here. Eventually it should be okay. Add some pins as well. So if I keep going, it might actually, and then let it dry in the shape that I need. It should eventually end up looking like that curve in the back there. And I also wondered whether when I'm doing this I should make the curve bigger, so when it dries it bounces back a little bit, but I'm not sure. I'm afraid it will break. I'll just keep doing this and show you in the end whether it works or not. The other thing I'm already noticing, it might leave some dents in the wood here. Well, it is working, at least so far. So that is the curve that I need. It's slightly bending. It's twisting a little bit, but maybe that's because the wood is not the same thickness everywhere. And see here, it needs a little bit more bend, but and here as well. But I have focused mainly on this part, so I'll do a little bit more. There's a lot of water gone already, so I may have to refill it. And I used a bit of leather because it was getting so hot. I couldn't handle it. My poor flowers over there. They're catching all the steam. I don't think they'll like that. Speaking of my flowers, they've done really well so far. I'm surprised that these yellow ones have held up so well, and the purple ones over here. I've just had to replace one of the roses, this one, and yeah, I had to take away some of the petals. That one's falling apart. But they're doing really well, considering the warm days we've been having. Now the steam, I don't know. They may not like that. Anyway, it makes my desk look really nice. And that's important too. I have to put something heavy on top here so that it will dry straight. There, that's heavy. Now let that dry. I think it will take a few hours. We'll see. Now, while I was in Denmark, I bought several pieces of paper, really nice paper like this one, because I thought it would be nice to decorate my desk with it. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Maybe, I thought maybe put some glass over top or something else. I still have to think about it. But so today it's just laying on here, just it's just the paper. And they had so many wonderful things to look at. And one of the things I really like in Denmark are the yarn shops. So the wool for knitting. And last year I bought some wool and I made this sweater with it. And it's really nice. Very, very thick and warm. And I just finished it. But yeah, really like it. And this year I also bought some wool, and well, actually it's much simpler. I actually bought several bits of wool, and I've started knitting a sweater with stripes, and that's the stripe. You can tell I like blue, right? It's the stripes on that. Some of you commented on that t-shirt I was wearing. I think it was, I can't remember, it was months ago anyway, but it was a striped t-shirt, and I really like it. It's a French brand, and I thought I'd make a wool sweater out of the same stripe, so it's almost the same color. And I started knitting that. And as I really like the stripes, I also thought, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, here. I was knitting again. I was knitting a Christmas stocking. And this again is my own design. Just like I did in the Christmas advent calendar I designed. And it's middle of summer, but I designed the snowman, and it has, you can hardly tell, but that's in there. It's right there on the carrot on his nose. But I was looking for the design. It's probably in my computer somewhere, because I forgot. I was going to bring this to Denmark to, in the time that I have that I'm not doing anything. Well, that's an illusion because I was constantly busy anyway. But I forgot to bring it, and I thought I'd finish it, and I didn't yet. But I really like that. So again, this similar colors to these, although this stripe is a little bit more more neutral, like a, where is it? It's this one. More gray, cream gray. But anyway, I thought when I finish this one, and it's almost finished, I will do a stripy one with the blue and white, which won't be for Christmas, but it will look really nice, I think. Or maybe it will be for Christmas. And also, this pattern I really like, so I thought I could use that as well. And this is by an English company called Cambridge. Let's see, Cambridge Imprint. Yes, I think so. I'm reading it on the Cambridge Imprint. Yeah. .co.uk, and I saw some really lovely papers. But so those are the plans, and still lots of work ahead. But this paper for the desk, I thought it would be really, really nice to just, because my desk is, I have it's my dad's old desk, and it's probably from the 50s or 60s or something, and it's brown and metal, and the other thing is, I like I said in the beginning, I can't clamp anything to it because of the strange edge that's on there. So I want to do something with the top anyway, but not really change the desk too much because it's a really good desk. So, but anyway, yeah, knitting, desks, papers. So yeah, that was my shopping, and my other, things that I do outside of miniatures as well, on my breaks. Now, finish that stocking. Well, it worked. This is where it had to go on to put it on there. It's not finished yet. And I also made another one, which has just dried. That was quite tricky because it had to sit flat and it didn't really want to do that. So you can see it's yeah, not quite flat. But I think put it on here. I'll be able to push it in there and then glue it flat. Well, I have to, there. Yep, that works. And I've kept the ends a little bit longer so I can get the correct angle. Actually, this is the hood, that the chimney that goes over the cooking area of the kitchen. I had to remake it because it was very, it was like a 45-degree, well, not really an angle, but the curve was too, it was protruding too far into the kitchen. So I had to make it more shallow, which I did. But it's pretty tricky, I must say, with all these angles. Yeah. It's not as easy as it looks, because it looks like a very simple element in that kitchen, but it's quite tricky. So yeah, but it's almost finished now. So yeah, I'll just glue that on there, and then I'll try to fix it onto the wall. And by the way, I had to redo this one because, as you can see here, that curve, it was starting to crack, and you can really see that. So it's no longer round, but it's kind of has a sharp bend in there. So I didn't want that. So I had some more length, so I did it again. That was very fiddly to get on there, to get it on there. But I think I've got it now. I've tried clamps and those long ones. Well, that one is holding it in place there. I couldn't get this one to grab on. I tried it with that one as well, but that bit was just too short. I should have left it a little bit longer. That's also a reason to leave it just a little bit longer. And but now I've got it secured with that small clamp, and just putting the last ones in so that it's pushing down on all sides. A little bit of glue oozing out. I see. I always use a wet brush to sort of get that out of there. Well, it will be painted, so I'll have to sand it, and well, I can't see if there's any glue underneath those clamps, but it should be okay. See, there's a tiny gap there. We'll see. Now that has to dry really well, so I'll leave that for several hours. So before I take those clamps off. I have to sand it and paint it. Well, I'm not sure what happened, But my camera just died mid-filming, so I can't finish this vlog, well, with video anyway. So I'm leaving you with a few photos I took on the island of Ere on my vacation after my trip to Miniature in June. And it's so pretty over there. Beautiful houses and gardens, and yeah, and if you're interested, this beautiful yellow house is for sale. And it has a very big garden. Yeah, very tempting. I didn't see any miniatures here on the island except for these two wonderful mice and their camping gear. They have a little tent and some camping equipment, and I just thought it was lovely. They're for playing, they're for kids, but I really thought it was wonderful. And this piece, which I saw in the window of an art gallery. Well, put your head on the block there. I thought it was very, very funny. Well, that's it for this week. I can't show you anything more until my camera is working again. So thank you for watching. Until next time.